Well, last time is now, ladies and gentlemen. Or at least that's what this poster here says, and the irony of that is that poor John Cena is not even wrestling a fucking singles match. He's wrestling a damn tag team match alongside annoying influencer number 99. Because that's what we need now in this day and age. Ugh. Hey, it could have been worse. We could have had Travis Scott wrestling here, and I know nobody wants that shit.
Yeah, you don't want him punching Cody's ear over and over again.
Or God forbid, slocking to the ring like he's the fucking Undertaker.
Sauntering. He is a G after all, so
Oh,
it's not walking, it's sauntering.
he can't even do that right. But whatever.
Hmm?
I mean, look at this. We've already had our fun with Worlds Collide, and now we've got Money in the Bank here. As you can see, Inuit Dome here, which is literally less than 5 minutes away from Inglewood, California, or rather
Into it,
the
into it.
Intuit. I keep whatever in Kia
You're
form.
welcome.
Okay, Intuit. There,
There you go.
I keep forgetting
See,
there's
you're
a
really into it. Get it?
Shut up.
Ha
I keep forgetting there's a T there. That's why. I keep
Yeah.
forgetting that it's even there because it's so small and it's hard you can miss it. I don't know what's going on with me in
Yeah,
this,
it's
but
certainly my position in my family tree, but
I just
continue.
apologies if I'm in a more nonsensical, no nonsense mood here today. I've just these last 2 days have been kind of heavy here, and I just want to get through this because after this we'll have a 2 week break after or is it we said we'd see in about 3 weeks after this next one, but we'll get to that when we get to that. I'm Coffee Lover 239, and there's only one person here to drive me up a wall today, our resident jokester Kwai Jam.
Yes, in the case of coffee, he's been driven up the wall subterraneanly. So I'm glad to be here.
Help, please. And Diener's not here. Jesse's not here, so now we've got double duty for reading. But with that,
Yes.
let's not waste any more time here. Here's the first match. Here's our men's Money in the Bank ladder match. We've got Solo Sikoa, LA Knight, Penta, Seth Rollins, Andrade, and El Grande Americano. So,
El Grande Americana.
qualifying matches for the men's Money in the Bank ladder match consisted of 6 triple threat matches held across episodes of Raw and SmackDown with 3 spots for each brand. On the May 16th episode of SmackDown, Solo Sikoa defeated Jimmy Uso and Rey Fenix. LA Knight qualified on the following week's SmackDown by defeating Aleister Black and Shinsuke Nakamura. 2 qualifiers occurred on the May 26th episode of Raw, where Penta defeated Chad Gable and Dragon Lee, and then Seth Rollins defeated Finn Balor and Sami Zayn. On that week's SmackDown, Andrade earned SmackDown's final spot by defeating Carmelo Hayes and Jacob Fatu. And Raw's final spot was determined on the June 2nd episode, where Chad Gable decided once again to don the not so clever disguise of El Grande Americano and defeat both AJ Styles and CM Punk. So, yeah, here we are. So, if we take a look at this field right now and we see the 6 that are in here, out of all of these, there's really only maybe a few names I'm peculiarly interested. A fourth one I'm indifferent on, and the 2 others I don't need to see. Let's start with the
It's
ones
got
that
it has one good thing. One good
that
thing.
is.
Good variety of styles.
Well, let's see here, shall we? Let's look at the 2 I'm least interested in winning, and that would be Solo Sikoa and Seth Rollins. Solo Sikoa has fallen down and has not really done much of significance, which is kind of crazy given how they just brought him into the bloodline. It honestly makes me feel like they just called him up from NXT way too quick just to get him into the bloodline and just to screw over Cody Rhodes. And look what happened. Now look what happened. He is nowhere near that threat level anymore. It feels like the bloodline really have just taken a backseat effect here after, well, everything, which not interested. Then the other one I'm not interested in is Seth Rollins. Mainly because he's already reached the pinnacle with this here.
He's just like, why? That's your why of the whole
I don't
thing. It makes
understand.
no
If
sense.
we take a look at the match where he won, he defeated both Finn Balor and Sami Zayn, 2 others who I think would have absolutely benefited more from being in this match than Seth Rollins. I mean, I've said it before, and I'm gonna keep saying it again until I'm no longer doing any of this. Seth Rollins has already reached peak Money in the Bank status. Oh my god, that happened a decade ago. Jesus, God help me. Why? Why does time have to keep moving so fast? Can't we just stop for a minute?
Because all the kids are on drugs and all the parents are on roller skates.
Stop it.
That's
Yeah.
Monty Python, by the way. You're welcome.
Yeah, that's what I get for saying, yeah, I willed Monty Python and the Holy Grail's 4K into existence, and now it's happening this August. So you're welcome, I guess. Alright, but those are the two I'm not really interested in. Penta, it could go either way with, but
Too early, man. Too
yeah,
early.
that's my
Too early.
thing. That's my thing, though. I'm really not particularly too. Don't think he needs it at this moment. Which leads us into the three who actually could more than likely win. We've got El Grande Americano because more shenanigans with Gable. We've got Andrade, who seems to be the perfect archetype for such a contract. And then one Mr. Los Angeles Knight. Yeah, I think, quite frankly, LA Knight has been kind of stuck doing not much as of late, mainly after, well, yeah, his U.S. title reign, which kind of went nearly nowhere. It felt like they did it just to shut up people and give them something to talk about, but they really didn't because not much happened. And I still stand by the fact that the match he and Jacob Batu had at WrestleMania this year was awkward as hell. But you know what? I think he could also benefit as well the most. So those are the three names I see benefiting the most. LA Knight, Andrade, and El Grande Americano. The Diener says Seth Rollins, though. The Jesse says LA Knight. How about you, Quiet Jam?
I mean, this is a cookie cutter, too many people in a ring kind of situation here. But look, I like to gauge this not on past history. I gauge this on who has been the most active in booking, storyline, vignette, and promo out of this whole mixture of men. And there's been one man out of all this who has been the most active. And this is literally I have a feeling this is the last gimmick for him until he just goes Splitsville from this company, from this monopoly, because then that he's going to really start doing. He's going to have that moment of clarity, much like a Finn Balor, and go, you know what? I've wasted my time here. I've been put through b-boy stances. I've been put through. That's a short AG reference, by the way. I've been put through just being a Dolph Ziggler a throwaway.
And the second
So
coming of Mr.
yeah, and
America.
so I mean, this is what they literally did to Hulk Hogan, his third run back out of the NWO storyline. Remember that as Captain America. So
Mr.
there's only
America.
one logical person that they're going to pay off here that has been paying dividends and has been the most booked, most vignetted, most it's not me, it's somebody else. They have been doing so many smoke and mirrors with this guy that they think this is going to be patered, where, in my opinion, I think this has just been an abject waste of time, and it's not going to get over. If anything, it's doing is continuing the how WWE's treated their Latino and Mexican and lucha libre wrestlers, like an afterthought, and just putting them together so they can just wrestle together and playground pro wrestling tiddlywinks and be completely insultive of their ethnic wrestlers. So there's only one choice here, and they're going to keep the smoke and mirrors up while he's champion, and that person is El Grande Americano. But Chad Gable will be making appearances here and denying that he has a title. But here's the funny thing: if you call, if I know they're gonna, I don't know. They, for goodness sake, if you look at El Grande Americano's ring boots, what two letters have been on there?
C and G.
C and J, or C and G, yes, Chad Gable.
Yeah.
So this is inevitably going to lead to penultimate into some match with one of the other people in this ring, which hopefully it's going to be LA Knight, because he needs more than any of these people of exposure and winning a title and going in a good program, singles program with him. So I pick El Grande Americano.
Bold choice, actually.
It's not bold. It's the most logical choice.
So everybody
else involved has got a past history that negates that way of mind.
So
So there
I
you
have
go.
a very peculiar opportunity here to make this everyone locks in one choice, but I don't know if I want to do that. Like I said, you picked El Grande Americano, Jesse picked LA Knight. I wonder what the odds say. See, normally I don't really look at the odds that much anymore going into this stuff here, but this is kind of one I want to gauge and see where things are as of now going into this. Like what's the overall feeling going into this? Oh, well, the feeling's looking like the current odds are favoring one Diener Wiener, so but I don't
Ooh, that sounds compromising.
stop it. But I'm not feeling that, so I'm gonna go with the guy who's in second behind him, and that is LA Knight. But I won't be surprised if El Grande Americano gets it. But I think out of the three that should benefit from it, Andrade's probably the least likely to get it. So, yeah, that rules him out. So, there you go. I'll go with LA Knight for now. But I won't be mad depending on one of those two. Let's go. And now it's the ladies' turn for their Money in the Bank ladder match. We've got Alexa Bliss, Roxanne Perez, Rhea Ripley, Julia, Naomi, and Stephanie Vaquer. Ooh. Now, qualifying for the women's Money in the Bank ladder match also consisted of the same thing it did for the men. 6 triple threat matches over, well, Raw and SmackDown episodes, 3 spots for each brand. On the May 16th episode of SmackDown, Alexa Bliss defeated Mia Yim and Chelsea Green. The next two qualifiers occurred on the May 19th episode of Raw, where Roxanne Perez defeated Becky Lynch and Natalya, and then Rhea Ripley defeated Kairi Sane and Zoe Stark. The fourth qualifier was determined on that week's SmackDown, where Julia defeated Charlotte Hogan. Yeah, I think we should move it. Yeah,
Charlotte
that's where it
Hogan.
should be, honestly, because both Flair.
Ugh.
I'm sorry, I need a rant here for a little minute.
Name
Both.
generated women. Nobody will remember these
No,
women.
here's what I mean. Like both. It's crazy to think too. I think I've read a comment somewhere, but it's crazy to think now that 20 years ago, if you told people today, if you told people back then, I mean, that today in the year of our Lord 2025, that Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, and Vince McMahon would actually be three of the most hated people in the entire wrestling business, I think people would have looked at you funny actually. Yeah, but
Yeah, they
no.
would have replaced one of them with Kevin Nash just to balance it out.
Oh, guess what? Nobody's laughing now, unfortunately.
Hmm.
And yeah, no, nobody's laughing now, unfortunately. And yeah. And
One
what
of
do
the
you
three's
know?
laughing all the way to the bank, but that's a story for another time.
Anyways, hold on. Where were we here? I'm sorry. It's hard, and it seems like shit still seems to run in the family too. Okay, maybe not that bad for Charlotte, but with all the booking and crap over the years, it is what it is. But yeah, she got defeated, and so did Zelina by Julia. SmackDown's final spot was determined on the May 30th episode where Naomi defeated Jade Cargill and Nia Jax. Raw's final spot was determined on the June 2nd episode where Stephanie Vaquer defeated Ivy Nile and Liv Morgan. Wow. So, out of this entire field, I feel like this field here, especially, is a little bit more unpredictable than the men's
No,
field. Well, to a
no, no, no,
degree.
no,
Oh,
no,
come on, man. I mean, look at
no.
this. I mean, look at how stacked this fucking is. Although, I'm not certain about Bliss here. I think we can already
It's
rule
all
her
process
out.
elimination when you really think about it mentally.
Yeah, well, Bliss, I'm pretty sure, already held the damn thing in 2018,
Yeah, I
so
just no
she
point.
doesn't really need it for her. So that only leaves Roxanne, Rhea, Julia, Naomi, and Stephanie. And if we take a look at Rhea's accolades here, oh, I thought I heard a knock here, but no, hold on. Has she ever held it?
Somebody
No.
gently rapping at my chamber door. It's his death and nothing more.
Stop it. Okay,
I
so
like Edgar
no.
Allan Poe.
I know. Oh, so no, Rhea Ripley has not won it, but I do feel like she might be. I do feel like the Rhea hype train might be slowing down a little bit with all these other new women
Look,
here on the
look.
roster.
Rhea Ripley is irrelevant as long as Alexa Bliss is involved. Okay,
I
let's be
let's
fair.
not go that far. Let's be honest.
Oh, and I am going to go that far because that's exactly where it is.
No, but when Alexa was away, Rhea was
It's
tearing
stuck
shit
between an
up.
Alexa and a Roxanne.
Yeah, well, Roxanne's
Literally.
one of the hot new ones here, actually.
You
She's
know,
been
the hot
introduced.
new Dominic Mysterio diversions.
No,
Okay.
no,
Yes.
no.
Yes.
Whatever. So, let's see. Besides her here, there's three other women in here. The other two hot new flavors of the month are Julia and Stephanie Vaquer, who are fresh still from their call-ups. And then there's,
It
I
could be the
think,
same person for all we know.
and then there's the X Factor, Naomi, after her heel
No.
turn and everything. It seems like a new leaf has been turned with her, and I see many people clamoring for her of all to get an end. I mean, I can see why, but at the same time, looking at this, I would rule out Rhea and Alexa, and that leaves us with Roxanne, Julia, Naomi, and Stephanie. It might be too soon for maybe Rhea and Stephanie. Roxanne maybe could benefit here from it. Naomi obviously is the clear on fan favorite to win it, but let's see what the gallery thinks. Diener actually has listed both Alexa and Rhea. I'm guessing he's putting two as a backup. I tried to tell him to just pick one, but he didn't get
Yeah,
the
pick one,
memo.
man.
Let's just say one is a backup, and yeah, whatever. The Jesse also went with Naomi, so let's see where Kwai Jam stands.
Look, this is a love triangle. Okay, this the whole antithesis of this whole match is one end result is to get Dominic Mysterio in a triangle of interest or just hatred between Rhea Ripley, Roxanne Perez, and Alexa. That's all this
Well, why
whole thing is
Alexa,
about.
though? Why Alexa with
Because
Dominic Mysterio? I
because
don't
Dominic
understand the
look
connection.
Dominic is this is you put Dominic in a group of hot women and he just can't make up his mind. And he has not gone full Monty in the, relationship just to rub it in the face of the other women with her yet. So
I
this is the real intrigue in this whole discombobulated match booking, okay? But the real X factor in this is not Naomi,
oh
who is
come
literally
on.
doing nothing but doing her gimmick that she did in TNA. You could put footage of her in
Oh
TNA
brother.
and the current product in WWE. You couldn't tell the difference between the two because it's not changed.
Oh
It's the same
brother.
thing, same storyline, same
Yeah,
protagonist,
but I
same
didn't
everything.
watch her run in
But
friggin'
there, who has
TNA.
been the one? Oh, no. Think about this. Who right now of the young women, moreover, moreover than Common Sense, has been featured more and having more ring work more and been looking great in the ring more.
Stephanie
Of all the
Vaquer?
women, no. Yep, Stephanie Vaquer. That's your X factor right there.
Oh.
So when you have now back to back to my love triangle. Alexa's going to be busy with Rhea. Rhea's going to be busy with Roxanne. Roxanne is going to be busy at the top of that pyramid. Who is going to be the distraction factor in this match potentially at ringside? Dominic
Dominic.
Mysterio. So these three women are going to be trying to be
Understood.
beating the living crap out of each other and be distracted from the core of trying to go for the title. And who's going to slip in and take advantage of this situation with the most logical common sense? Stephanie Vaquer. And that is my choice. I'm going with common sense here. I say with all that distraction going on in the match, in and out of the ring, Dominic is going to cost all those women this title. And then they're going to all get into a gigantic catfight over this ugly piece of bad Rey Mysterio waste of progeny.
Don't you mean
And
Eddie Guerrero's
your
actual
winner
bastard
and
son?
winner of her first major title, and this woman over Julia has been fast tracked more than any other woman out of the current NXT because she's so damn good in the ring. So your winner and title holder now for the first time, Stephanie Vaquer.
Unfortunately,
Or as I call her, Stephanie LaCour.
well, unfortunately, that's going to be a bit of a long shot for you. So,
Not really. Not
yeah,
really.
because the odds are at plus 900 for
Dude, she
Vaquer.
has had the most reactions from the commentators in NXT in the main roster more than anybody else, and has
She
uncomparative,
beats Booker T at Pike. I can say that
uncomparative.
much.
I know, but I'm talking about on the main roster. She has been fast track, dude. She's been in the most booked matches over the last few months. She's gotten the most reaction by the commentators, regardless of who the commentator is, and she has looked the most smooth in the ring, literally. So Stephanie Vaquer, no discussion. Your
Okay,
new winner.
I'll say this much. She could probably be the big upset, actually, of the bunch
Not
here.
really. This is common sense.
Well, right now that's putting you at plus 900. I'm just saying. I mean, it wouldn't
No, that's
be a
Rangers. Wait,
surprise.
but who's
Oh,
counting?
stop
Ah,
it. Stop it. Um, yeah, I could actually see her winning it, probably second most, but the odds still stack in Naomi
yeah, but
favor.
in a
So,
perfect world, her and Julia are literally night and day. That's
well,
literally your night and day feud right
well,
there. So
shit. At some point, that's
if
gonna
you wait on
happen.
that, then you can't tell a winner.
At some
You know what I
point, it's
mean?
gonna happen. So, but for now, I'm
Yeah.
going with Naomi. Sorry, Quiet Jam.
Oh my goodness, you
Hey,
are way behind.
whatever, whatever. And now it's our tag match. It's Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso versus John Cena and Logan Paul.
Oh boy,
Oh God. Yep, this is what we're doing now. At
the
Royal
warmth of
Rumble,
death in a tag match.
at Royal Rumble on February 1st, Jey Uso won the men's Royal Rumble match by last eliminating John Cena. At night 1 of WrestleMania 41, Jey Uso won the World Heavyweight Championship. On night 2, a now villainous Cena defeated Cody Rhodes to win the undisputed WWE Championship after Travis Scott interference. Ugh. Okay, after WrestleMania, Rhodes took a sabbatical from WWE while Uso began feuding with Logan Paul. At Saturday night's main event, what is that, 39, I
Yep,
think?
39, 39.
Yeah, well, I can't exactly read all Roman
That's fine.
numerals.
It's definitely 39.
Uh, I'm gonna make sure. Oh, you're right. Yeah, because then XL
You're
is
welcome.
40.
People doubt
I'm
me.
sorry, I wasn't sure. Okay, look. So at Saturday night's main event 39 on May 24, Cena confronted
Hmm.
Uso backstage prior to the latter's title defense against Paul. Cena commented on the possibility of Uso losing his title to a YouTuber and how he would ruin wrestling, something Cena promised to do after declaring his intentions to retire as champion at the end of 2025. Later that night, Cena interfered in the title match on Paul's behalf, only to be thwarted by a returning Rhodes. Uso subsequently pinned Paul to retain his title because we're always going to have shenanigans nowadays. And that's another thing that's burning me out, but that's another story for another day. After that, Rhodes declared he and Uso would face Cena and Paul in a tag team match at Money in the Bank, which was made official. Yeah, I'm tired of this nonsense here. It feels like we're stuck spinning our wheels now with Cena as a heel.
It's a carousel ride to nowhere.
And
It
not
is
only
not a
that
good
as
carousel
well,
ride.
now this vortex is dragging in Jey Uso.
I
Cody
was thinking
Rhodes
more
is
of a
coming
vortex at the
back.
bottom of the world's worst septic tank, but
Yeah,
close
Cody
enough.
Rhodes is coming back now, finally, after taking his
Yeah, he's the
month-long
plunger
recovery.
in this metaphorical
And
vortex.
Logan Paul's just here because we could not get you know who.
Heal by association. Heal by
Whatever.
association.
Yeah, okay. Dean's going with Cody and Jay. Jesse also goes with Cody and Jay. Well, how about you, Quiet Jam?
Well, let's look at let's look at the wins so far that John Cena has had and Logan Paul, respectively, between their both singles runs. Not a lot of wins for John Cena. So I think to
Not a
offset,
lot of clean wins.
I know not a lot of clean wins, a lot of ringside shenanigans, but that is how heels are booked in the gigantic machine that is
But it's
WWE.
getting out of
So
control.
basing it off the win loss ratio of Logan Paul recently, of John Cena, and his cute little heel announcer,
Oh,
um,
God.
I'm gonna go completely the other direction. To balance out the win loss ratio between Logan Paul and John Cena, I'm gonna go with John Cena and Logan Paul here.
Well,
They got to win it
fuck.
because you got to you got to keep the baby faces running rather than have the baby faces just what I mean, run rough shot and just be like
Well,
yada yada, we
fuck.
win. You know, so
Well,
you have to go with the heels in this case.
well, fuck. And here I thought we were gonna have a unanimous
And you know
decision
who's
on
going to
one
have the
match.
pin? You know who's going to have the pin?
What, Logan Paul?
Logan Paul.
Fuck
Exactly.
off. No, no,
Because that would
no.
get you the most reaction and the
And
most emotional
and
distraughtness.
here I thought, excuse me, and here I thought we could
Yawn number one,
actually
ladies and gentlemen.
shut
Yawn number
it.
one.
And
Sorry.
here I thought we were gonna have a unanimous decision with at least one match. But the shorter
That's not
these
going to happen in this world, dude. Sorry.
well, the shorter these cards get, the tougher it becomes, and especially on one like Money in the Bank. No, I'm going with Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. I do not expect John Cena to look, unless God forbid there are shenanigans again, which I'm gonna
Oh,
freaking
dude,
lose my
there's going to be
mind.
dude, Rock could come out
No,
and trade Travis Scott.
Rock's not
Travis
coming
Scott could come out and
out.
interfere at
Oh God,
ringside.
that's even worse.
Hey, we you know what we haven't seen when it comes to potential costing a match of Cody and the other guy
I'm
from
scared. I'm
we have
scared
not seen anybody
because
connected to Logan Paul. So think about a surprise on the part of Logan Paul coming out and
no,
costing this
no,
match of
no, no,
Cody and
no.
Jay.
You're not
You know who
talking
we
about.
think of?
No,
We
no,
think about a
no,
little
no.
guy named Jake Paul, the
Oh,
brother of
fuck
Logan Paul,
off!
who is yet to make an
Fuck
appearance.
off! No,
I'm not
no,
trying to. I'm not
no,
doing witchcraft here, copy. I'm trying to
no,
think of
no,
unknown
no.
third parties that could come in and cost this match of Cody and Jey Uso, and think about a good
No,
introduction.
no, no,
Hey, I'm just saying it.
no. I
I'm just
don't.
saying it.
One Paul brother in WWE is one Paul
No.
brother too many, quite frankly.
Hey, we need a boxer with the aerial assassin that is freaking Logan
Get
Paul.
out of here with that shit, dude.
Hey,
Nah.
what about Travis Scott being the pay per view assassin?
Hell no. Hell no. You are out of it here, man.
He could wrestle. He could rap for us
Why don't
twice
you
here. You
actually?
know.
Okay, that's enough. No, if I have to hear that,
Okay. Okay.
if I have to
Okay.
hear that damn song one more time, yeah, I'm going with Cody Rhodes and Jay.
Okay.
Finally, one more. Lyra Valkyria and Becky Lynch. It's a last chance match for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Now, if Lynch loses, she can no longer challenge for the title as long as Valkyria is champion. But if Valkyria loses, she's gonna have to raise Lynch's hand and acknowledge her as the better woman. Yeah. So night 2 of Mania 41, we all know what happened. Valkyria teamed with a returning Becky Lynch to win the Women's Tag Team Championship after Bayley mysteriously got taken out, only to lose the title the next night in a rematch on Raw, which infuriated Lynch, even though she probably didn't even realize this shit, and she just immediately turned on Valkyria. They then wrestled at Backlash for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Valkyria retained, but we had a post-match beatdown. Valkyria then cost Lynch her Money in the Bank qualifying match on the May 19th episode of Raw, and saved us all a favor, might I add. On the May 26th, a rematch for the Women's Intercontinental Championship was scheduled for Money in the Bank. Later on that night's Raw, Lynch proposed this as a last chance stipulation for the match. And you already know the deal here. This was actually, funny enough, done in the same way that Lynch did back at NXT Halloween Havoc in 2003 when she lost the NXT Women's Championship to Valkyria, who subsequently agreed. Huh.
Mm.
And they say that long-term booking doesn't exist anymore. Well, right
It's
now
just
it's in a
these are
rush.
moments like I wish that Becky Lynch had just not kayfabe, just retired and
Yeah,
just stayed at home
you know what?
and
But
make quilts and do
oh,
god
well,
awful
quiet
things.
jam, quiet jam. If there's one thing wrestlers don't know how to properly do, they don't know when to quit while they're ahead. We've seen this
Yeah,
happen
Mercedes
time.
Money being the example
Oh no,
here.
no, 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 no! Go back to my earlier example of Ric Flair. Actually, he didn't know when to
Hey,
quit.
hey, he's the jet filing, limousine
Limousine
riding,
riding, jet
social
flying,
media
kid stealing,
blocking.
wheel dealing. Yeah, you know the rest. No, but you know what I mean here. But honestly, with how long they're milking this crap for all it's worth, I'm surprised we haven't yet
The
hit the
whole
grand
WWE
finale
product right
yet.
now is like a carton of expired milk. The whole
We
thing.
haven't even hit the grand finale yet. I feel like one of the feuds we're seeing on TV could easily boil over into some kind of Hell in a Cell one. And given some of the craziness we've seen here, it could, but it's going to need a little more time in
Mm,
the oven if we want it to get to that
I'll say
point.
more Survivor Series, but okay.
I mean, what, you want to, if it is being war games again, you want
I
to rope a
I
bunch of
mean, this is
them?
where it's kind of going. I mean, the heels are getting convalescing. The baby faces are convalescing. So I mean,
So
maybe
what,
after SummerSlam.
every
No, after
feud,
SummerSlam. After SummerSlam.
so I mean,
Like
every
it.
feud just combines into one
Yeah,
huge
compounds. It
Okay, I
compounds.
know, yeah, you know what I mean, yeah.
It
I,
is that time of the year, you know.
I don't
So
know. I don't really have anything else left to say for this one. Dean says Lyra. Jesse says Becky Lynch, but he says that Bayley will return after the match and attack
who
Becky.
cares about her?
Just well, she's kind of the X factor in all this, considering she got taken
Ugh.
out, so she could fuck things up. And who
Oh,
knows?
please.
I mean, she has a reason to.
Yeah, but not an implicit storyline continuity to justify it.
Whatever. What say you, Quiet Jam?
Oh, this is Becky Lynch wrestling a green piece of garbage. Laya Valkyria is not to mention one of the most impromptu, impossible last names to pronounce, even in any dialect. She has been dead flat. She's been the most flat woman of reaction by the live crowd than any other woman. She literally comes to the ring dressed up like a pigeon and tries to do the whole Black Swan thing, but the crowd is literally dead to her, dude. The commentators literally dead to her. I don't even know why she was brought up. It's like bringing up Anna Jay. What's the point? Or Hikaru Shida doesn't move the needle, absolutely zero charisma, and the only reason they're brought up is because of a regional country affiliation in the United Kingdom. That's the only reason. She's dead in the water. Becky Lynch, she looks like a piece of beef jerky now, dude. You know what I mean? She's so thin and lean, and she waved off the company a long time ago, but only came back begrudgingly because, oh, we need you to get Lyra over. And even I was Becky Lynch, I would have just quit because that company will just bring her down to be nothing but another scapegoat to help these young wrestlers who are as green as Mr. Green Jeans from Captain Kangaroo to try to look like something when they're never. It's the ultimate catch-22. So the most logical thing to do here is to give it with a familiarity. Give the title to Becky, and then all of a sudden, oh my goodness gracious, Bailey comes back and wastes more time of her career, which could be better suited in MLW or TNA or in the country. You know that's where Bailey's going to go. That's where we know Becky's going to go. Once they've completely disseminated what's left over TNA, they're going to have them getting over that young talent over and over again, and it's just going to be repetition. So, for the sake of my sanity, of not even contemplating this absolute trailer park circle jerk of a mess that this match is, Becky Lynch, whatever. Moving on.
Fuck. Who do I pick? I don't. The odds only, by the way, for the Money in the Bank ladder matches. You know what? I really don't care at this point
Of
for this.
course, that's the point of this.
I'm just gonna go with Becky. I don't care. Well, that's it. That's everything there is. The last time is now, and now
This
is
is the last. This is
tomorrow.
a rare occasion where they have two pay-per-views on the same day, less than 5 minutes away in foot traffic, and literally feels like they took a WWE pay-per-view shaped like a piece of bread and took a katana blade, chopped it evenly in half between each other, betwixt the middle, and this literally feels like the second half of just a waste of time.
Well, shit. At least
It
after
literally
this,
is.
we'll get a nice break until for at least a couple weeks. Well, I say a couple weeks, but really, we're gonna see you in
Feels
three.
like a year.
Well, we're gonna see you in at least about 3 weeks. When the last
Hmm.
time is now, once again, this time coming from it. What? I no. Is it that time of the year again? Oh God! Oh God! Help us all! No! Damn you, Saudi Arabia!
Just wait till WrestleMania gets put there. They start
Don't
naming it
even
like a future
dare.
NES retro game. Super
There,
WrestleMania in
there,
Riyadh.
there's not gonna be enough Ironside
It's the
sirens in
super
the
duper
world.
WrestleMania for the
There's
slow-witted people.
There's not gonna be enough Ironside sirens in the world for when that day comes. Shit,
Oh,
I
you mean
already have a
Claxons? You mean
shut.
Claxons?
No, 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 no. I'm talking pure Kill Bill Ironside siren. That has been the recurring theme for these Saudi shows every time this shit happens now. You should know me by now, man. But
Well, it's like Las
yes,
Vegas. Whatever
the
happens in
last
Saudi
time is
Arabia stays in
now,
Saudi
and the
Arabia.
next time now will be in about a few weeks when WWE emanates from Saudi Arabia for Night
Ugh.
of Champions Riyadh. I
Night
have
of chum change.
I have no idea what we're even going to expect at this point, and quite frankly, I wouldn't keep any of your expectations in
The
check, ladies
return
and
of
gentlemen.
a return of a certain man who's currently lumberjacking up in the Great Northwest, Brock
No, no,
Lesnar.
no, 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 no. No, I'm fearing worse. But we're not even
Hey,
going to. But we're not going to until we get to that. So
all
we've
right.
got 3 weeks. We get a much long needed break, which I'm very thankful for. And with that, yeah, we'll see you all next time. Take care of yourselves and each other. Thanks for watching. Good night. Please be kind to each other. And just take a breather every once in a while if you can,
Yeah,
because this
Coffee does it
shit is
enough with his
exhausting.
beautiful, tranquil yawns per
Oh,
podcast.
stop it.
Haha.
All right, we'll see you all in about 3 weeks around this same time.
Mm-hmm.